Holy cow, this project just completely went 10,000 different directions at one time. I got this hoping that we could put it together for drag weekend in a few weeks and to use some of my powertrain that came out of the Bel Air in it, if I could get enough friends over here to help get it together. And but after thinking about it a little bit, I really would like to put a 63 back together. Just as piece of my heart with that, so I'd like to get a 63, but this car, it just went a whole different direction because the motor was locked up in it. It had no headlights on it. None of this stuff was here. The bottom valence wasn't. The bumper was all beat up and dented up. It didn't run. The motor was locked up. It had nasty, stinky gas in it. I did have the steel wheels on it that were good with new tires on it. That was good. And but also had no idea if anything worked on it. And turns out the brakes worked on it. And when we took it off of the trailer, I found out that it had brakes. And then we got into pulling it in the driveway, and I'm like, well, the steering actually works okay. It's got some slop in it, like every old car does, but everything kind of started to click together a little bit, and we're like, well, let's see if we can't get this motor fired up anyways, and we'll see what where it goes from there to sell the motor and to sell all the suspension and steering and brakes and everything. That was my intent. But once I got it home and put the motor with penetrant oil and training fluid, and we filled up all the cylinders for a day and a half, and then we took and just turned it over with a strap wrench. Then the starter worked and it started turning it over, but then the starter went out, so we had to put another starter in it. New battery. The fuel is just rank and nasty stuff. And the fuel tank, just pure varnish. So I wasn't expecting much. I didn't think, obviously it had been sitting for a long time. And another context clue that had been sitting for a long time is it has a Champion Auto oil filter on it. And that company's been out of business for about 20 years now. So obviously been sitting for quite some time, and I wasn't expecting much of it whatsoever. But we put a temporary fuel tank up here, and I grabbed a little temporary fuel tank, poured a little gas down the carburetor on it like this, and lo and behold, this thing started up, and it actually ran okay. So the choke didn't work, the accelerator pump doesn't work, but I was actually just completely in utter shock when we cranked it up. It actually started. Oh, that's probably not that comfortable to sit on. And the ignition switch, we had to jump. This, I took it out of my 63 Bel Air, and how about that? How about those apples? It not only ran, it ran good. Look at out the back. There's no smoke. There's no puffing of smoke. There's no burning of oil. It ran, and it ran good. And I was just in utter shock over this because I bought it completely unknown with the motor locked up. Don't even know what the motor is, or what it, or if it even runs, or if the transmission works, or any of this stuff. And guess what? We did some more fucking with it. We found out that it had new headlights in the trunk, and we were able to rebuild the whole headlight bucket, put new headlights in it, new wiring harness in the front right here. Now, all the lights work. So all the lights work now. The high beam, low beam switch even works. Parking lights work. That's got the tail lights to work also. The harness was broken to that. We spliced in some new wires in the back, and ta-da! The tail lights work. Oh, I gotta get a couple new light bulbs for the but the sockets work. So the license plate light will also work, and our signals work as well. So it's got new exhaust, it's got new gas tank, it's got new fuel lines, it's got, we found out today that we put these new wheels on it that we picked up at Marketplace for a great price, and put these wheels on it. That absolutely makes a whole difference in how this thing just wow. Now this is just quiet as can be. Got brand new exhaust on it, and it runs, drives, stops, steers. So now what are we gonna do with it? I don't know, actually. I'm so confused. I didn't think we'd get to this level so fast and everything changed. I can't see just gutting all this stuff and using my stuff because I want to build another 63. This car is probably going to be for sale pretty soon. And how should I finish it up? Because it has some rust work that we've been working on as well, just seeing how bad the rust is on it. And the floor pans obviously in the rear, which we knew that, but it's rusted pretty bad where the seat bolt's on also. And but that's really about it here. So do a couple patches in here, and then I think this would be a pretty dang solid car. And we got a super clean trunk that we also got to we stripped all out today. Me and my friend Ben ended up going through the whole trunk and wire brushing, getting all that flaky rusty scale and everything off of there. And we got a couple spots to hit. We're gonna do like a rubberized undercoating or something in the whole trunk once we get a little bit more cleaning up in here. But then the inside of this is pretty much ready to go and nice and solid. And the only rust that's on the body on this car is on this side where a mouse nest was down inside of here. So it needs a patch right here, and that's about it. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that metalwork stuff because I just have so much going on right now. We gotta get going on this Corvette, but we're gonna take this thing to North St. Paul this Friday night. That's 2 days from now. We're gonna throw it together enough, get some patches done on this thing, and we're gonna try to take it to North St. Paul Friday night for cruise night. Didn't expect that. Just bought it. Like thought it'd be in a million pieces right now, trying to go like crazy to get things really radicalized. But I want to drive it for a little bit. Just cruise this car. It's such a cool car. It's got such cool. I mean, look at the body lines of this right here. It's so awesome. I mean, it's just like an airplane slash jet and everything. It's just got such swoopy body lines, such beautiful chrome mold car and everything. I have all the beautiful chrome pieces and everything here. A lot of them are scratched up and dinged and dented and everything, so I think I want to start straightening some of this stuff out and get this beautiful chrome trim on here. But when this chrome trim is on the side here and all this chrome trim is on it with those chrome bling bling wheels, oh yeah baby, we're talking some sexy body lines. That is one beautiful flowing car, which I absolutely love about these things. And they just made everything so classy and detail orientated. Check this out. Like, it's kind of hard to see. I don't know if the camera is going to be able to pick it up, but even these, the original threshold moldings in it, look at the inside of here. There's little tiny hexagons all inside of here, as well as this stamped in area, and this would have been all polished and super cool. So when you open the door, you get that beautiful chrome trim and everything there with the chrome body molding siding. And check this out. How about that? This is a 1959, 65 years old. I can shut that with my pinky and open it up. The latch works perfectly. It's just awesome. Both sides are the same way. We got the windows to crank down in it also. The window mechanism was all jammed up and seized up. And then we also found out that the heater box and the heater core doesn't leak. We pressure tested it already. The heater box was in the trunk also, wrapped up and half restored, besides the humongous mouse nest that was inside of it. But we're working on soaking that down right now and getting it freed up and everything. And then we should have a working heat on it also. And then the gas gauge actually works as well. And so does the only light that works on the dash is the speedometer right now. But the speedometer works, the headlights work, some of the lights work, and all the external lights are working. And it's just crazy to me that a week and a half ago when I bought this car, it just drug it onto the trailer hoping for part of the body, and that's all I was really hoping for, and the rest of it I was kind of writing off. But the tranny seems to be okay too. I've taken it around the block a couple of times and it runs and drives and stops and steers, and it's awesome. So I don't know what we're going to do with it. We're going to cruise this thing for right now, but we're going to do some more improvements, and we will catch up on that on the next episode. We'll show you some of the stuff we're doing, the epoxy we're going to use in here, the floor patching. We'll go through some of that, show you guys what we're going to do with that when we figure out exactly what we're going to do here. So stay tuned next time. Don't forget to ring the bell, like, subscribe, and comment below, guys. All that stuff helps out dramatically. So just take a second to like, please. I would really appreciate that. Make sure you type in a comment and I'll get back to you. So stay tuned for the next one, guys. We got a lot more cool stuff. We'll catch you on cruise night Friday night, North St. Paul, Minnesota. Don't forget to like this video. Click like, throw me a comment, let me know what you think. Ring the bell for those notifications when we get a new video. We got lots more coming up, guys. A lot of cool stuff coming up. I hope you guys are enjoying the ride.